Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Monday, January 9th, 2023. And we begin with the science world abuzz over a new vaccine for bees, specifically honeybees, to protect them from a bacterial disease known as foul brood that threatens their population and in turn the world food supply. The vaccine is not a teeny tiny shot. It's food given to the queen bee, which then passes the protection down to her offspring. It's the first vaccine ever approved for any insect in the United States and couldn't come soon enough. More than 1/3 of all the food we eat is dependent on pollination. Yet the bee population is on the decline because of climate change, pesticides, habitat loss, and disease. For more on how you can take small steps in your own backyard to help both bees and Mother Earth, visit our resource page at kidnuz.org. The NFL dedicated its last weekend of the regular season to Damar. His team, the Buffalo Bills, honored first responders before the game, and on their jerseys wore black patches with his number 3. Other teams wore warm-up shirts with the words "Love for Damar," and some painted his jersey number on their fields in Buffalo Bills blue or red. The 24-year-old safety is making a remarkable recovery from his on-field collapse 1 week ago. He's now breathing on his own, flexed for his teammates in a Zoom call, and yesterday posted, "Game day, nothing I want more than to be running out of that tunnel with my brothers." The Bills did what they could to make him proud, beating the Patriots 35-23. Love to walk, but not how long it takes to get anywhere? There might be a solution for that. Moonwalkers are wheeled gadgets that you can add to your shoes to walk twice as fast with half the effort. They are not strap-on roller skates. According to the Good News Network, these only move when you do, and only when you reach a certain stride. That means you can go up and down stairs, onto public transit, and into crowded spaces with the wheels locked for safety. Then, when the need for speed hits, a flick of the heel slips them into moonwalking mode for a 7-mile-per-hour pace, the same speed as a comfortable jog or a moving walkway. Shift Robotics is the company behind them. They employed a team of jet propulsion engineers, race car technicians, and running shoe designers to get them just right. No word yet on price, but they begin shipping this summer. Don't look up. NASA says an aging 5,400-pound satellite is on its way back to Earth after spending nearly 4 decades in space. Neither the when nor the where is clear. The re-entry was expected between last night and this afternoon, somewhere in Africa, Asia, the Middle East, or the westernmost areas of North and South America. Most of it will burn up as it arrives in our atmosphere. And while some bits might survive, those tracking the re-entry say the odds of anyone getting hurt are very low. The satellite was launched in 1984 to study radiation and the Earth's ozone layer. It had an expecting working lifetime of 2 years, but continued to take measurements for another 18. In other KidNuz notes, the GOP has a new leader. After 4 days and an historic 15 rounds of voting, Republicans in the U.S. House of Representatives chose Kevin McCarthy as their speaker early Saturday morning. Once elected, he took the oath of office, and the chamber was finally able to swear in its newly elected lawmakers, who had been waiting all week for the new session to begin. Former First Lady and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has a new job. She'll be teaching at Columbia University in its School of International and Public Affairs. Professor Clinton starts next month. And it'll be David versus Goliath on the field tonight for the biggest game in college football. The Horned Frogs of TCU will take on the defending champion Georgia Bulldogs in the national championship. Kickoff is 7:30 Eastern this evening. That's it for KidNuz this morning. Now our KidNuz quiz, generously sponsored today by Mr. Alma Kinder's third graders at Naples Elementary in Naples, New York. We're told his class of 12 listens thoughtfully every weekday morning, and they celebrate their uniqueness by going on weekly hikes and taking multiple trips outside every day. It's a classroom that goes beyond the 4 walls. Well done, Mr. Alma Kinder. Now our quiz. What winged insect is getting its own vaccine? The honeybee. Soon-to-be-released gadgets will let you walk at the pace of what? A 7-mile-per-hour run. Who is playing for tonight's college football national championship? TCU and the University of Georgia. What's the name of the new Speaker of the House? Kevin McCarthy. In today's KidNuz kicker, no, you cannot bring your emotional support boa constrictor on the plane. Eagle-eyed TSA agents spotted the 4-footer inside a carry-on when it rolled through X-ray at a security checkpoint in Tampa, Florida. Its owner said Bartholomew was her emotional support companion, but when agents asked the airline, the answer was, nope, there will be no snakes on our plane. According to the TSA, snakes in carry-ons are a hard no. Only a few carriers will allow them to fly in checked baggage, and only then if the reptile is packaged correctly. Thanks again to Mr. Almakinder, his classroom aide, Mrs. Fay, and all their awesome third graders at Naples Elementary in Naples, New York, for sponsoring today's quiz and for listening so carefully every day. Hellos are also in order for our other classrooms, starting with Mrs. Huber and her scouts at Conrad Weiser Middle School in Robesonia, Pennsylvania. Mrs. Mark and her rockets at Armstrong Elementary in Cottage Grove, Minnesota. And to California for Mrs. Grasso at Ronald Reagan Elementary in Palm Desert. Ms. Pamphiloni and her Jaguars at San Joaquin in Stockton. And Mrs. Pineda and her Lynx at Lynn Haven in San Jose. To all of our teachers, our January Noodler is now ready for download. It's a free critical thinking worksheet based on recent news that'll get your students thinking about the stories in a new and fun way. Find it in our Teachers Lounge at kidnuz.org. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you back here for more Kid News tomorrow morning.